Hello everybody, welcome back to X-Plane 10 once again. My name is jfavignano and this is the FlyJSim 727. Yay! Last time we flew this airplane, we had a little bit of issues and I looked into it and I know why it happened. And that was because I had too much power set on the engines. So we burned them up essentially. I looked it up and yeah, we're not supposed to exceed about 95% in one or whatever it was. So we're going to keep an eye on it this time in the flight. I don't think we're having an issue. I'm just going to keep an eye on that and we'll be all right. Anywho, we're sitting here in Kansas City. This is the same day that we just flew in from last time. And the mechanics have fixed the airplane. Everything's working fine. The issue has been taken care of. We're going to fly back to St. Louis. Airplane's going to be pretty much empty, except for a ballast in the front. And we're expecting thunderstorms along the way, especially severe stuff right towards the middle of Missouri. So if we get to the Columbia transition where we're going to need to go to the Columbia VOR, we're going to just keep an eye on that weather radar. And if we have to duck south, we will. But other than that, not expecting anything else to go too awry in this flight. So let's get up to the airplane and get her going. All right, let's fire this baby up. We've got pretty much everything good to go here for right now. We'll check the weather here in a little bit once we get pushed back and all that good stuff. I've got the airplane pretty much all set. Weather radar is turned on. Probe heaters are on. Window heat is on. Let's head back here to the flight engineer panel and let's turn our pumps on. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go ahead and kill the packs. Boom, boom. And we'll keep 1 and 3 off right now. Engine 2, APU bleed is on. Looks good to me. Let's close these cooling doors and we'll get fired up. Okay, let's go ahead and release the parking brake and let's let them push us back. We're just gonna do kind of a straight back approach to the way the ramp is set up. It kind of has a T to it. So while we're getting pushed back, let's go ahead and start up the engines. Let's start with engine 3. Turning 3. 25, add the power or the fuel. All right, turning 1. 1 is firing up, and this is probably gonna be a good spot for them to stop us right here. So ask them to stop us, just like that. And we'll go ahead and pull the parking brake. Parking brake is set. They're clear to disconnect the tow bar. There they go. Let's add that power, that fuel there. That engine, let it fire up, which it is doing. There's the tug right there, and we can say goodbye. There they go. They'll drive off out of here like that, and we can close that out. Let's go over here and get everything on bus. Not that guy there, but these guys. Turn our hydraulic pumps on. Go ahead and wow, we missed that fuel pump. That's a bad thing. Jeff, come on. No mistakes this time. Gen 2 looks good. Packs can come on. We can go engine. We can close 2 left and right. And we'll open 1 and 3. Watch that. Right there. Looks good. Packs are on. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Excellent. We've got our cabin altitude. Let's do the cabin altitude. Let's do landing altitude. It's going to be about 500 in St. Louis. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Okay. Turn the dome light off. Don't need that. There's our taxiway right there. Everything looks good right as of now. We'll go ahead and set our flaps for takeoff. It's going to be 15 today. As usual, we'll check our trim, get it where we want it right there. 5 units is going to be good. We'll double check the weather before we get rolling here. All the lights are out. Everything looks good to me. Okay, weather in Kansas City. Let's look at this. We got altimeter at 297.6. So just down a little bit. Let's go down to 297.6. Beautiful. Same on this side, 297.6. Not that it matters, just in case we have a backup. Okay, winds are going to be 180 at 11, so we will take off right here at 19 right. And sky conditions are 10 statute miles, statute, whatever you want to call it. Miles of visibility, clear skies, and all is well until we get headed over towards St. Louis. We're just going to completely change everything. So we're all good to go here. Let's get rolling. Okay, while we taxi down here to runway 19er right, let's go ahead and open up our departure. We are going to be doing the Lakes 8 departure today. That'll be fun. Lakes 8. Let's zoom out a little bit here so we can see what's going on. So it makes a little more sense to you as well. We've got Kansas City VOR. We're going to go 075 from that. Or sorry, no, we're not doing that. We're doing the, we're going to go to COU. We're not going to Macon. So we're going to use the Napoleon transition. So 113.25 out of Kansas City. That'll give us a radial of 107. So let's get that all set up. Let's go 113.25 in our nav radio. 113.25, 113.25, 3.25. There we go. Got MCI. Yep, there's the DME right there. 2 miles from it right now, since it is kind of on field on the other side. See that rush hour traffic? Everybody's coming home from work tonight. We're headed to St. Louis. Initial altitude is going to be 5,000 feet. We'll expect flight level 330, 10 minutes after departure, hopefully, depending on how the performance of the airplane is, but I think it'll be fine. Let's go ahead and turn over this way. And we're pretty much about to line up on the runway, so let's go ahead and go outboard landing lights on, strobe lights on, wing lights are on, everybody's happy. We're pretty much good to go. Line up on 19er right here. And we'll be good to go. Don't mind these floating lights. It's from a FSX scenery I tried to move into X-Plane, and it wasn't done so well. Let's open this up. Remember, 107, so we want 107. So let's go ahead and set the course to 107. 107. It's going to be right there, so let's go click right there. Beautiful. 107 is set, and we're pretty much good to go. Let's go ahead and add some power in. Line up on the runway. There we go. And takeoff power. We're going to go 90% N2 right there. N1, I mean. Sorry. Here we go. Ooh, man, that wind is a whipping. Get back over the left.
80 knots.
Cross-checked. We are light, too. I'm full left rudder right now. They weren't kidding around with that wind.
Rotate.
V1. Rotate. And we're up. Whoa, hello. Positive rate, gear up. All right, nice. We went 107 on our departure. That'll be easy enough. We'll just fly to 1,000 feet. So, well, what, 2,000 here. Whoa, hello. Man, it is rocky. Rocky so far. And we would be over to departure if we were using a air traffic controller. Bring that nose down a little bit here. Let's watch our speed. Let's take care of these babies. Pull them back a little bit on power. There we go. Reduced our climb too. Very nice. Let's go ahead and intercept the 107 radial outbound. We'll start our turn. There it was. We just flew over the VOR. So now we're going to turn back right to 107 here. Man, very, very rocky tonight. We want to increase our speed. We'll have to start bringing up our flaps. So, flaps 5. We're ready for the drop. Here it comes. All right, looking good. A bit more turn. There we go, 3,000 feet. We'll worry about the autopilot once we get everything all situated. Very turbulent right now on the departure. All right. There comes the VOR needle back towards us, and we can fly that heading exactly now. Just about to get back on the needle here in just a few moments. 4,200 feet. Still climbing very nice and easy here. 200 knots is a great climb out speed. We go V2 plus 20, and what we're at here, 126 plus 20, so 146 on a climb, initial climb speed. I wasn't sure what it was. I forgot to do that, but that's okay. We're just moving towards the 200 mark right now to get that 250 knots. All right, let's turn left onto the needle. And we're doing good already. Back over here to 8. There we go. We'll go ahead and level off here in just a few moments. Right there. And we'll continue our climb out of here. Still looking good, 200 knots. Airplane's on VOR localizer mode for the autopilot, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll increase our range to see if we can paint those storms that are going to be way out there. But so far, so good. We're going to continue out of here at 31 DME, and we're going to pick up the Alpha November X-ray, which is Napoleon VOR, and then we're going to go 088 from that to Frank intersection, which is 60 miles to Frank. So all should be well. Once we get there, we can pick up Columbia, and it'll be 32 to Columbia. So right now, we're just going to 31 miles to Alpha November X-ray, and we can we'll probably switch over to Alpha November X-ray in just a few more miles. Climbing through 9,000 feet, 1 to go to 10,000, and then we're climbing to 15,000. Let's go ahead and move the landing gear to the off position. And what else we got here? We can turn our outboard landing lights off for now. We'll get the inboards once we cross through 10,000 feet. Logo light, all that good stuff's on. Beautiful, excellent. We're almost there. So using that VOR localizer, we're climbing out at about 210, 220 right now, indicated. And we're at 25 miles. So I think we're going to be able to pick up. Here's 10,000 feet right there. We'll go ahead and turn off our landing lights like this. There we go. Beautiful. And taxi light can come off as well. And we are sailing. We just moved right through the turbulence after 10,000 feet. All right, coming up on 15,000 right now. We're going to increase to flight level 330. There we go. Beautiful. And we will have to reselect that, I believe. Let's go to altitude select. There it is right there. Armed it. Looking good. We can increase our speed now ever so slightly. We're still at about 75% N1. And we are going to keep an eye on this. It's looking good. A little bit more climb out of it as we increase our speed. And we'll head on up to flight level 330. There's the 088 radial outbound from Alpha November X-ray coming to us right here. We're about 22 miles DME, just about to pick it up. And our airplane will start turning to the right, which it is right there. And we'll continue on upwards. Once we hit 18,000 feet, we'll change our altimeter to 29902. 1 to go to that. 18,000 feet. Let's go ahead and set our altimeter to 29902. 892 right there. Beautiful. So we're at standard and flying up to flight level 330. Still maintaining good speed and a good decent climb rate. We can actually increase it a little bit more since we have a lot of speed going for us. And monitoring these engine gauges. Don't want a repeat of last time. Don't want to burn them up. N2 is at about 85 right there, but our N1 is 75. That's where we want it right there. Okay, there's 32 DME from Columbia. We have Columbia punched in there. So 110.2. And we need to fly 109 to it right now. So let's go a course of 109. 6, 7, 8, 9 right there. We're pretty much on par with it. We'll go over here to VOR localizer mode. And it will fly right back onto that needle. Make sure it's perfect. And we're still continuing our climb to flight level 330. All is going well so far. Monitoring the engines and make sure we don't make any mistakes. That's all it's about. Airplane's turning to the right just to get a nice intercept back onto that. And as we can see right here, after 109, it's 32 from there. Once we hit Columbia, we move over to our next thing. So let's go ahead and open that up. It's going to be the Trake 8, I believe. The Trake 9 arrival now. Trake 9. And to get the Trake, we just fly over the Columbia VOR, and we'll turn right to a radial outbound, radial of 105, and we'll hit Trake 10 miles from the VOR right now. I decided to go with flight level 270. We're never going to make 330. Okay, there's the VOR flip right there. Boom. 4. So let's go ahead and make our right turn to heading. We're going to go 105 outbound. So let's go 105. Oop, it's right here. 765. Like that. Airplane will start turning to the left. And we're going to try to start picking up Forestel. It's going to be 36 DME. So we're going to be 105 off of this radial here. Once we do line up, I'm going to go to a heading selection hold. And we'll use that pretty much. Let's go a little bit left here. About right there is going to be good. Waiting for that needle to line up right where we want it. We're at level 270. We start our preparing for our descent now, actually, because we got to be at Kayla at 11,000 feet. So let's go ahead and crack this baby open. We're going to go down to, let's say right now, let's go with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's just start out with 10,000 feet. And to do that, we'll just crack it down just like that. Pull our engines back. And okay, looks like that's going to be good for the heading to hold for that guy. We'll just go to the right a little bit here. And let's go with heading hold right there. It's engaged. So now the airplane's going to turn on to that heading. So now we want to pick up Forestel 110.8. So 110.8. Let's do that right now. Sorry, wrong one there. 110.8. Gonna be back here. There we go. Boom, 110.8. Okay, we're showing 44 miles from it. So now we can start our arrival towards Forestel. It's gonna be 085. What we could do right there is after we came off of Columbia, we would use the Vichy VOR to get that DME reading of 36 from it, so we would know exactly where we were before we make that left turn at 085. But it kind of worked out all in one thing. I didn't have to manage a bunch of VORs. So we want 085. Let's get that set here on the course. 085. There we go. 08765. There we are. And let's go ahead and put it back in Vorlock mode. Watching our speed here. Still, we're under 250 knots. We're still fine. All right, airplane is starting to track onto it now. It wants to get a nice intercept for 085. We're going to maintain 250 knots. We have a nice descent going on here. We'll continue our descent downward. A little bit more. A little bit more down. And we're 36 now, DME. So once we get to 36, we've just pretty much hit trach. Now we can have a look here, and we are going to go to Kayla, which will be 11 DME. So at 11 DME, we need to be at 11,000 feet. Pretty simple, right? All right, crossing through 21,000 feet, still going down. You may look down here at this instrument and go, why are we so cockeyed? That is because we are turned right to crab into the wind, because the wind is trying to blow us all the way left off course. So if you turn the airplane to the right and you crab for it, you'll track along the straight line for the radial that you want. Hopefully that makes a little more sense. So we're still coming on down. Everything else is good. I think we're going to expect ILS runway 12 left approach. We'll worry about that once we get a little closer. Let's have a look here. We're at 22 DME. Still, remember, we need to be 11 DME. We need to be at 11,000 feet. I have that already selected in there. We're trying to get down there right now. I think we'll be fine on that. Remember, crossing through 18,000 feet, we'll go back to the local altimeter setting for St. Louis. And that is going to be altimeter 29999. So we'll be 2999 on the way in. Let's just go ahead and do it on the right side so we don't forget. 29999. I didn't worry about it earlier, so it's okay. There we go. That's just the standby altimeter. Not worried about it. Wanted to go down to 18,000 feet. Looking good. There's the flip. We are over the Forestel VOR right now, and now I want 082 for the outbound. Let's go 082 here. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Airplane will turn to the left and track outbound 082. We're at 14,000 feet. We didn't make 11,000 at Kayla. I didn't think we were going to because We were just, we should have planned our descent a little bit earlier. But that's okay. We have to do everything ourselves. We don't have anybody else in the cockpit with us. It was our mistake. But we can get down. We have plenty of time to get down. It'll be quite all right. So we're still descending. Engines are at idle. And we are tracking the outbound 082 radial outside of Forrestal. We're going to 21 miles to Snyder intersection. And then we are going to make that left turn and head towards St. Louis VOR. And we'll shoot an ILS approach to 12 left. So 21 DME. 18 miles DME. We have some stuff painting up over here on the right of us, but as of right now, everything looks pretty clear to our left. And we could see Spirit of St. Louis Airport there off our left. There's, look, it's pretty clear out here. We can see Belleville out there. We can see, or sorry, that's downtown. It's downtown St. Louis right there is the arch. And there's some clouds through here. It's popping through. That's Lambert right over there. So we want to go ahead at 21. We're going to make that left turn and head towards the St. Louis VOR and get set up for the ILS. So let's go ahead and do that now. We'll go heading, pull the heading bug to go this way, and we will switch this over to heading select. There it goes. Airplane will start its turn, and we're descending to 3,000 feet right now at a pretty decent rate at 250 knots exactly. Engines are idle, like I said. The funny thing about most of these arrivals is you're pretty much on top of the airport whenever you get there, so it's fine. We want to make a turn out towards St. Charles, and then from there we'll start our arrival into St. Louis. So with that said, let's go ahead and open up 12 left, and it's 108.9. It's going to be 108.9, so 108.9, and it's going to be 2,500 degrees, so 6,000 initially. We're going to go down to 5,000 for UB. And we'll shoot it out that way and pick it up once we cross the river. So 108.9, 122, 108.9, 122, 108.9. And we'll go 122 on the course. 122 on you. And there we go. Set. Okay, we're doing a little bit of dodging and ducking around some storms here. That cell was right on our right base for the runway, so we had to shoot around it. We're just flying around it right now. Not going to be too big of a problem. It's just a little cell. Don't want to fly through it. And we'll flip back around and catch the ILS on the other side. We're about to hit 5,000 feet right here anyway, so it's okay. So right now, I'm just doing a little bit of weather avoidance. You can see it right there. There's some lightning. Wow, very incredible stuff. So we'll get set up once we cross back around here to the north. We'll shoot our ILS approach. Okay, we flipped around that entire cell, and now we are about to line up on to the runway. Let's go ahead and go put it in VOR localizer mode here. And it will capture the localizer in just a few seconds, just in case we lose our bearings here. We want to intercept the glide slope. At a decent speed here. Let's go flaps 5. And let's have a look at our VREF for tonight. It's going to be landing flaps 30, 115. We are quite light. So 115 on that. There's the turn. And there is the glide slope. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot once she rolls off here. I got the airplane ourselves. Let's go ahead and roll out here. Very nice. Beautiful. And since we intercepted the glide slope, we won't put the gear down yet. We're getting closer and closer to it. There's a new runway off to our right there. So it's all looking mighty fine right now. A little off. We're going to fly the ILS, so watch all that stuff. Add a little bit of power here. Remember, 119 is going to be the V card. We have a lot of wind here, so we're going to add, it's going to be about 130, probably 120, because I want to add 10 for just in case of that. We're perfectly on the glide slope right now, looking good. Adding some more power to the engines. And wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and make sure everything's good to go. Let's go. Outboard landing lights can come on now. Everything else is on from before. Taxi light, we'll go ahead and turn him on because we're about to drop the gear. Let's get down. It's a little high. Gear down. Clear to land, runway 12 left for us. Let's do this. So let's get back down on the glide slope. We're a little high still. Watching our speed. Flaps 15, please. There's the glide slope. We don't have to chase it too much. It's just too much back end trim I have going on here. Still had to play around the storms, man. They're off to our west right now. But I didn't think it was going to be a problem, and that big old cell popped up. And in X-Plane, you do not fly through those. You want to know why? It will throw you on your side and pretty much end your day. Just like a real thunderstorm would. So you don't fly in thunderstorms. In FSX, you could do it, but it wouldn't. There was no big consequences to it, pretty much, is what I'm saying. Let's get back on our needle here. Winds are 130 at, they were like at 15 or so. So we'll see what it's going to be final. So we crab into the wind just like that. And flaps 20. There we go. Watch for the balloon. Here it comes down. Bringing power back a little bit more. Whoa, hello. A lot of ballooning there. It's okay. Push that forward nose down trim. Flaps 25. It should go to flaps 30 here in a second. There we go. 120 is what I wanted. About 120 to 130 for our speed. Watch that glide slope. Don't want to get too far off it. It's so easy to lose your altitude. There we go. Flaps 30, please. All right, flaps 30. You're going to be set. There we go. Looking good right now. Add a little more power. Not too much. Not too much. Crabbing into the wind. Nice crosswind here. Healthy crosswind into St. Louis. Gears down. 3 green. There's our middle marker. Keep an eye on this. Watching our speed. 119 is what they want, but it's fluctuating right now in turbulence, so it's okay. This is a tad low, but we're all right. Remember to fly the airplane. So we're going to throw the crab out with left rudder here, and then dip the wing to the right a little bit. Whoop, there we go, about right there. Up, whoop, hello, right there. And we're, ooh, bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy castles, but we're down. Reverse is open. And speed brakes should have been open, but I couldn't get to them in time. I need to set those to a button. That would probably help out a lot. Reverse thrust. There we go. Very nice. And 60 knots. Kill those babies. I'm using so much left rudder. Winds are pretty incredible here in St. Louis. Not gonna lie. Let's see what the windsock's looking like. It's pretty stiff over there. See it right there? Pretty crazy. We'll make a right turn up here. All right, turning off here. Let's go ahead and turn our landing lights off. And the outboards can come off as well. Just need those taxi lights. Let's go ahead and clean up the airplane. We'll go flaps up. We'll cross runway 30 left here. And we'll 12 right since that's the active. And we'll taxi to the ramp. Okay, APU. Let's put the APU on bus there. APU looks good. Oop, a little bit more to the right. Gonna close that bus tie off real fast while we're taxiing, doing everything at once here. Never good. Never good. Is that closed? There it goes. Closed, and we are set. Very nice. Let's taxi into the ramp via Juliet right here. Okay, parking brake is pulled. Let's go ahead and turn our dome light on and we can kill the engines. 1, 2, 3. And beacon come off like that. And we are here, guys. We did it. We got back to St. Louis in one piece. That was a crazy flight. The arrival, I was not expecting that weather to pop up like it did, but it did kind of creep in on us, so that was interesting. But we had to fly around it. Like I said, in X-Plane, you can't mess around with weather. You have to fly around it. That's why you have a weather radar and you take it, you know, like it means something, essentially. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight, and I'll see you next time. Take care.